Streamers, sorry it took a little while to come in. I just stopped looking at the clock like a dumbass. So, let me get you guys the Roll20 board.
Boogada boogada.
Hello? Hello, you guys hear me?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. No problem.
Awesome. This is... Cool. That is the... the Fantastic, not the Classic. Okay, that makes sense. So, correct me if I'm wrong.
It's too many of us.
Currently, I have a Kulki, a Cully, Tempest, the Fantastic, and Fujin's the sheet I'm missing. Fujin, send me Fujin.
You did. And also, it's Susano now.
Susano, send me Susanos.
I
God,
did.
have you changed?
I private
Have you
messaged.
changed your name?
You
Okay,
burned, man. You
streamers,
burned.
so I'm just doing the final little tweaks to now to get this new run back off the... Well, not new run, it's the same run. Get this same run back off the ground.
I'm just gonna keep calling you Fujin. I'm not gonna bother.
No. Did you fucking see the news story? Do not call me Fujin.
No, I
I'm
haven't
so glad
seen.
they misspelled Epoch's
Fujin
name.
is dead.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is-
Fujin is currently a dwarf Japanese dude in jail,
Okay, hey, did you guys see
as
the
far
link?
as KE knows.
Yep,
So,
I got it.
Okay.
there is a reason why Fujin changed his name. It was not just purely dumb.
Fine. Fine.
Okay, I'm gonna post the stream back to SeattleNet.
At least until somebody sends KE the sex tape and they go,
See-
oh, not a dwarf.
All right,
Yeah, you should
cool.
get a decker to make your stuff nice and safe.
So,
Right.
for the VOD and everyone, wait, I've only got Pat in here and a Cully. I don't have Fujin and Random
Yeah.
in.
Oh,
I'm
we're getting
joking.
there.
Da 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 na 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 na.
Vote Dozakan.
Bon
See it?
chance, somebody's talking in here. Awesome. So, for those of us just joining or coming into the second part of the VOD, since this will be two parts, we had a run that started as an impromptu run. Two of the characters didn't like the sound of it and noped the fuck out. The two of the characters were okay with it, and they took the job. They were given an address to meet the new runners later that day. The professional Johnson was very offended, and there was a scene and a fiasco. And he has gone out and contacted some fixers and started up a new run. So I'm going to give Mr. Solomon, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Give a brief description to the rest of the players and to the streamers watching and the VOD watchers of
Yes, sir.
your Solomon in a few sentences, his looks, how he acts, and what he does and what he's good at.
Mr. Solomon is a very tall human. He's got messy, dark blonde hair and a very shaggy goatee.
Mhm.
He wears a vest with a tie and a nice shirt, but he also wears jeans, sneakers, and has a very faded jacket. He thinks he's a scholar, but he's really not. He's just a barren kid, and he is a mage. More importantly, a combat mage.
Awesome. Tempest, who is currently
Oh.
labeled as hobo. Oh, that's because that's your... Yeah, never mind. I understand.
You put it in brackets, bro, so you can tell.
Yeah,
Jeez.
so you know who's who. Tempest, give us a brief description of what Tempest looks like, what he acts like, what's important to him, and what he's good at.
No, I'm not telling you what's important to him because then you'll torture me with it. I'm not dumb. I know how this works.
Never trust your GM,
Paranoia.
or they'll
I know what's
neurostun
important to you.
I know you do.
Awesome.
Damn it, Fujin. I mean, Susanna. Essentially, Tempest is he's about he's a 6 foot tall human, rather not more lean than he is bulky, as he is a phys adept specialized in punching the crap out of people. And
Crap punching.
yeah, that's
awesome.
direct punching, or more importantly, punching other people.
Yep.
That's what you're getting out of me. I'm not telling you my secrets. Not here.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, the one thing I probably should mention actually, proprietor. I run a hotel. Go me.
Awesome.
That's one of the unusual things, isn't it?
Oh, Susano, can you go up to the gear and switch your screen name from
Yeah.
your IRL name over? And while you're doing that, you're going to double task, or multitask is the correct terminology or turn of phrase. Give us a brief description of what you look like, how you act, what's important to you, and what you're good at.
So Fujin's not really sure what's important to him at all right now. Currently, he is very erratic, and he is the prettiest elf you've ever seen. Always
Wow.
wears nice clothing. Super nice to people for the most part, except when he gets murderous urges.
Awesome. So I'm going to deal with Cully in a moment, but first I'm going to go back. All of you guys get a bing, 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 a message from your fixer at around 5:15 p.m. on a pretty nicely weathered Saturday afternoon, unless you're up north. It just comes up. I got a job for you. Needs a professional. Wet work.
Hopefully this wet work doesn't turn out the last one. Tempest will know that.
Professional? Killing people? That's me.
He gives you an address. All of you get after you respond. He gives you a meet, and says you're meeting the man with the information there.
All right, I'll be there in however fast I can get over there. Not really sure.
Awesome, cool. Akulli, you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So Akulli, at around 5 o'clock. Remember the Johnson told you he was gonna get contact with you and resupply you with runners. At around 5:15, so only 20 minutes after you've been gone, your fixer calls you up. Ding ding ding, bing bing.
Hello.
Hey, holy fuck. So, how are you?
I'm okay, John, but this shit is crazy, man. It is not good.
Yeah, I can't. Man, okay. We need to meet. I know we never do, but face to face.
Okay, buddy. At your place or somewhere else?
Yeah, let's meet at the Hole in the Wall downtown. I'll get us a booth.
Okay.
So, you head on down there. I guess you can get there around 6 o'clock if you go there straight away, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, you can get them straight away. You
Cool.
trust John.
John is waiting at the door for you, and he goes in and he starts walking towards a booth, silently, not saying anything to you.
You gonna tell me what the fuck happened back there, John? It's fucked up, man.
He leans forward and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay." And he says, you owed me a favor, and so I knew that I could trust you. This Johnson, he's a pro, and he's the kind of Johnson. And he's the kind of Johnson fixer. He's the kind of Johnson fixers want to know. If you're in good with him, and he leans forward, he's like, "Man, that's like you getting the nicest new gun you've been hunting for months. This was a big deal to me, and I got a call out that I had to place one of my guys." And he double checks the booth, even though you're in the hole in the wall and the booths are all white noised and all sound protected and all secured. Like he's sketchy, and he seems really uncomfortable like opening up to you. But he's like, he leans back over. He's like, "This was a fixer addition. This was an addition to work with this guy. He's professional. He's well known. He's great. He always pays his bills. And the guy's with you." Man, I'm sorry. I didn't know the other fixers are working in, but okay. The good thing is I've gone to some fixers I know, and I've set you up with a new crew. And he pulls out a small bag, and he pulls out three cred sticks, and he hands you the cred sticks.
Okay, you take some.
He says these are the 6,000 Nuyen upfront payments for the job you had before for the new crew, and then he says you still got the file that Johnson gave you.
I have it.
Okay. He's like, the Johnson. Well, apparently those last amateurs fucked up his establishment, and so he's not prepped to meet with anyone. So he's tasked you, and he leans forward. He's like, "Do a good job, man. This is a big deal for me." He's tasked you with meeting with this crew and telling them about the job.
Good.
Yeah. And he leans forward and he goes, and just so you know, the Johnson has upped the pay, another 4,000 New Yen per runner.
Okay.
He
Uh,
yeah, and then he passes you an arrow with an address.
okay. I take it. Akulis would be like, normally talking to people, not my thing. Language barrier makes things a little bit awkward, but I can do this for you.
Thanks, man, and thanks for not fucking that shit up. I don't even want to know what I don't even want to know what's gonna happen to those guys fixers. That man, Jesus, a pro Johnson like that, you don't see what's right in front of you. He gets up to leave the booth and he leans over and he's like, "Oh, that other guy that was working with you, the other guy, it's been dealt with. He's been paid. He's not coming on the run."
Is everything хорошо? Everything's okay?
He leans over and he's like, "Yeah, his fixer is in a little bit of hot water because," and he closes the booth and comes back in and he says, "One of those jackoffs and Prey's fixer, one of those jackoffs and Prey, they share the same fixer, and he's a little bit in hot water, and the Mr. J doesn't want to deal with this fixer. He's failed his interview, so he's not going to be using any of his runners."
Okay. This is beyond my level of operation, but I appreciate the information.
He looks at you and he goes, Akali, we're going to go far, right?
I surely hope so.
So he gets up and swings the door open, and when he's walking out, he looks back and he's like, this favor's definitely going to pay for itself now, ain't it, Akali?
For sure.
And he closes the door. And when I said he gave you an address earlier, he actually gave you a time, not an address. And the time was 2 hours from now, and it's this location.
Okay.
And if you look in your AR, you can see the readout of the inside of the booth says that the booth is paid up for 4 hours.
Okay.
So the rest of you, you have a time and a date at 8 p.m. Downtown at the Hole in the Wall to meet the man with the information.
Sounds good to me.
How are you guys all getting there?
In my brand new Ford America.
Cool. So, you guys all drive on down to the Hole in the Wall. Have any of you guys been here before?
Yeah, I've been here before.
Never heard of it.
Okay, the Hole in the Wall is basically, it's like a lounge that's entirely built to have clandestine, or more appropriately, to have private meetings. It's like a lounge where you rent lounge rooms, varying anywhere from 2-person to 20-person boardrooms. And it's all got white noise generators, and the guy who runs the place is well known for being mostly deaf and mostly blind. So it's a private meeting business place in downtown near the business sector. So they let you into these private little rooms that are like booths, but the booths are fully enclosed, and then the drink servers and all that stuff, they come in and they serve, but they go through a little soundproof passageway to give you stuff. So you guys head in. And the location you have has a booth number.
I guess it's time to head over to that booth number, isn't it?
Cool. Who makes it there first?
Considering I know where it is, I'm probably getting there first.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then Susano and Solomon show up kind of at the door at the same time. Do you guys know each other?
I've run with him once before. I'm gonna say I'm last in though.
Okay. Cool. So you guys walk in and you head to where you are going. When they open the booth, when you guys open the booth, Akali, what do they see?
They see Akuli. He is a fairly normal-sized orc, very physically fit. Wearing pretty nondescript, subdued colored clothing. Still, he's got a tattoo on his face in Cyrillic letters. He's eating, and he kind of looks up, when people come in, and waves them to a seat.
Awesome. What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna sit down and sort of lounge back.
I'm basically gonna sit and wait for him to show up and point for
it's a it's a 6-person booth, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like get in the booth and sit back and act super casual because clearly the Johnson's not here yet.
Yeah, I know. That as I was very specific about the man with the information, but Susanna wouldn't know.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem, bud. I don't know if you want
Well, I'm
to.
there. I'm there in my usual Johnson meeting attire anyway, so sleeping tiger.
Awesome. Akulli, what do you do?
Clear my throat, wipe some food off my face because I'm kind of a fucking slob. He says, "There will be no Johnson here today. I met with him previously, but the meeting did not go well. 2 runners, they leave early. There was an altercation with them. I get them off hook, but they kind of trash his joint, so he's hesitant to meet with the rest of us. I can give you details. I was briefed before. I have the upfront portion of payment for you, and I can tell you information, give you arrow about a target and conditions of job."
Send it on over.
What do you guys respond with?
Wait. If you're not the Johnson, who the fuck am I supposed to negotiate with?
I think negotiation is over, my friend.
The negotiation is over. It went a little hard last time. He did sweeten pot. It was not nearly as good as it is now, but I apologize. I am not one for negotiation and that sort of thing. I'm mostly muscle and job.
How much
So-
is he paying us?
Yeah, that's a good question. I like the
Yep.
way you think.
We are getting paid up front, 6,000 million per, and then additional 4 when we complete the job.
My next question would then be, who are we killing?
Did you say additional 4?
Yeah, is it four, or is it? I'm sorry,
I'm
just
just-
because I'm not confused.
Yeah.
About it.
Out of character, is Akulli specifically lowballing, or did you just get the number mixed up?
I think I got the number mixed up. He's not the kind of guy who could convincingly lie to anybody.
Okay, cool. The overall payment is 24,000 per runner. It was 20,000. It used to be 20,000 with 6,000 up front. It's now 24,000 with 6,000 up front.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. It's my bad. So that's what you guys are getting paid.
And if Akulli gives them the job description, I can tell you guys what's on the arrow. Unless there's any more roleplay, anything else you guys want to say before you look at your arrows.
Sorry, I missed the pay.
No,
I had
no.
to type a message to somebody.
It's 24K with 6K up front for operating expenses.
Yeah, that only
It's a
really
little lower
leaves
than
my
my
question.
standard operating, but sure.
My only real question is I'm more just interested in who we're killing for such a large amount. That's all
Yeah.
that concerns me.
It is less condition. It is less who, from what I can tell. Although I am not, Matrix Whiz, and more so the conditions under which we have to do the job.
So, I'll explain to you guys what you see in the arrow. It is a kill job at a small estate in northeastern Renton. It is a woman, and Akulli notices that the arrow has been edited. It has more information than before. There's additional files listed in there from his fixer. His fixer has added in anonymous edits. It shows that the job is in the northeast side, a small estate. The woman is supposed to be murdered in her home. The lady of the house, Sally Munchkensky. The husband is an awakened man who works for a company called Frank's Industries, a small A Corp that operates in Seattle that there's no information on, like, in the dossier. The husband is awakened. It is the regular meat affair security you'd expect, is what's expected, but there is a higher than normal awakened level of security.
You mentioned the one guy who was awakened. Awakened in which way? Magic or adept?
The husband is an awakened mage.
Okay.
And so that implies that goes with the fact that the house has higher than usual magical security
Yeah.
for the level of estate it is. And it also says that the husband is not to be injured in any way. And there's like a second level underneath it that describes that he's not supposed to be injured in any physical manner that would prevent him from doing the daily duties of a regular job.
Okay.
I shudder when I read I have to go to Renton. And
Well, it's northeast. It's northeast Renton. There's like a double A area there next to a giant
Yeah.
forest.
that's why he's shuddering. He doesn't like rich people neighborhoods.
Oh, okay.
Richard loves rich people neighborhoods.
He's a
That's all
baron.
that's all he loves.
You can ask a Cully stuff, and then if a Cully doesn't know it out of character, I can explain to a Cully, or he can try to answer as much stuff in character as he wants to.
Yeah,
I'll-
I'll leave it in your capable hands as a role player, Cully.
Oh, okay.
Seems we have to show this man a lesson. This degree.
You'll have
As far as I'm
questions.
concerned, as long as we're getting paid for it, I mean, I don't really have time to sit there and question why they want us to kill his wife. I just have to do it.
The delivery requirement for getting paid was there is a comm code. You send video of her dead body, like proof that she's dead. It doesn't have to be video of the kill. Video of her dead body, and then you will get paid. Like a video inspection of her corpse to make sure it's a corpse.
They're like a pan over.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know anything about the target, like habits or anything like that?
Not in the dossier, but you have a first and last name of the wife that needs to be killed.
Okay. And did you mention any like organized crime affiliations?
None. The husband works for Frank's Industries, which the dossier has no information on.
I'm going to throw down my CL knowledge, see if I can know about that.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know. Not actually much higher.
Dun,
wanna
dun,
cap-
dun, 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 dun. So basically, what we can do right now, we can kind of do a ask question section of the dossier since it already exists, and then we can go into legwork. But knowledge checks are great. Holy crap! 5 successes. Frank's Industry is a startup in Seattle. It's only been around for about 15 years. The Franks family came from a moderate amount of money. They were in tech pre-crash, but they had to build themselves back up. The Franks Industry is an A Corp. It's not a wholly owned subsidiary. It's a partially owned subsidiary of Shiawase. It runs with a certain level of anonymity in Seattle. They are well known for a type of granola bar that is like a super expensive health food that is rumored to be made out of an awakened strain of soybean.
It's a food company? You have to kill
Yeah,
the wife.
It's a trendy health food company in Seattle.
Can I roll magical theory about these awakened soybeans?
If presuming that Mr. Solomon shares all his knowledge, yeah.
Yep, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Really, really not good. And it's trendy as hell. Can't eat regular soy. Free.
Magical theory. With 3 successes, what you understand is using some of the modern day understanding of awakened plants like deepweed. In the magical community, people know that the people behind Frank's Industries, the Franks brothers, are well-known mages in Seattle. They were some of the first popular popular mages that people aren't as scared of. Although they're just A Corp CEOs. So the magical theory knows about them, but the population doesn't know about the large. They pioneered a method of exposing plant matter and increasing the chance of it awakening. But that's really all 3 successes. It's just kind of thing that people who are really in touch with the magical community would kind of know.
Sure.
I'm going to take my shot, see what I know about the bean myself.
Okay,
I know less than him.
cool.
You said somebody who's really in touch with the magical community might know more?
No, that's what I was just implying, that Susano is part of the magical community
Okay.
in Seattle, so that magical theory.
Okay. I took it to also mean that somebody who was like deeply ingrained might know more. But
No, it was more that if knowing magical theory and not being from Seattle, you'd be less likely
Right.
to know about it, because it's a relatively new thing and it's not that big of an interesting or important thing.
okay, I get it.
It's a
Sorry.
trendy health food company.
Yeah, totally gotcha.
Yeah. Mr. Solomon, what knowledge check was that?
That was my magical theory myself, so I know less than him.
Okay. So you understand the same amount as him, and the only thing you're missing out on is you don't recognize like the Frank brothers as pioneers of this tech. You just know that, oh yeah, hey, this company knows a way to awaken plants.
Okay.
Cool. Which is a drastic oversimplification, but you guys probably know that with the amount of knowledge checks you have, that you're not 100% certain. Cool. What else do you guys want to know about the dossier? Akali, this is a good time for you to ask extra questions about what you experienced earlier, because in your last section of this run, we kind of glazed over you as we were dealing with somebody cutting their way through a steel door.
Yeah, no sweat. No sweat.
Cool.
More importantly, what's the wife's name?
The wife's name is the one you have. It's Sally Munchensky.
We have no Deca, do we?
So I
You're
just want
not
to
wrong.
note to you, Crayon, the sheet I sent you accidentally has no spirits.
Oh, okay. No worries.
I don't know what happened, but I am fixing that now.
No worries. I basically just need stats and skills. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be everything but the dossier. Oh, there's a deadline. 1 week from today. It's Saturday at around 6. It's Saturday around 7 or 8. I think it was at 8 p.m. It's Saturday 8 p.m. and you have to have this job done by next Saturday, like before Saturday starts. So midnight on Friday.
Okay.
That's fine. Sometimes. Soft place.
I'm partial to going and doing some physical recon at this point.
Yeah, I think that's the next step.
Seems like it would be pertinent.
I love that accent.
You like it?
Yeah.
Dude, the character is based off my cousin, so it's like I just try to act like my goofy ass cousin.
That's awesome. Cool. So where
That's good.
are you guys going and what you guys doing?
I guess we're gonna do a drive-by of the house. That's the layout. and
I
stuff.
imagine going as close as we can to the mansion without being, like, you know,
Yeah.
weird
Are you guys all gonna
would
pile up?
be the right thing.
Does
You guys gonna-
anybody?
Yep.
Sorry.
You guys gonna
Does
pile up in one car or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Who? Tempest, you have the America?
Yeah, I have a Ford America now. Go me.
Yeah,
I also have all
I'll
my
jump
nice
in there.
flash whistles and bells. So,
I'll jump in
I
that
have
Growler.
I have a Hyundai Shinhang with flashes and bells.
I know.
Yeah.
You see, I don't feel like spending my money on that. I just like Ford Americas because sedans, yo.
This
Oh.
address that you're going to.
Just might be less conspicuous in that area. Sorry, Brown.
No worries. This address you're going to is just on the border of a double A and an A. It's between Four Lakes and Esquire.
Yeah, so we should probably go in Fujin's car because his car kind of, you know, blends in more.
Yep.
Before they would go, Akuli would ask, he'd be like, I have tattoo on my face. Obviously, I do not want to set people off. They see me once before they see me again. They will remember me. So I don't know if you want me to come on the run or not. I would be more than happy to go, but I do not want to risk the security of this app.
2075 windows are pretty good at tinting
Okay.
because they have to be
he would
tinted
still
against
just,
mages.
as a level of professionalism, he would throw it out there.
Oh no, I just wanted to assure you out of character. Cool. I know, Free Rider. It is a great accent. You're getting a compliment from Twitch chat. Awesome. So everyone piles into the car, or is it just the 3 awakened characters?
I have a question before we do this.
Yep.
Does anybody here have the disguise skill?
No.
Probably not. Let me check.
My karma has to go other places, like, you know, not,
Not so.
you know, being able to disengage from fights if I ever get into them and they go bad. So
I
willpower.
can default to 4 dice. That's it.
Okay. Can I roll a check to see if I know a makeup artist that would be willing to disguise us?
Sure. What kind of check do you want to roll for that?
I feel like it would be the same as like trying to find an item, so negotiation.
I feel like it's the same sort of check that Fujin makes when he wants to bang people. It's essentially the same list of people, isn't it?
Yeah, I completely lost track of your sheet. I need to go open it up. There it is.
I mean, I got negotiation or con or etiquette.
Yeah, I kind of want you to go through a contact for that. Unless you want to like, you know, flip through the matrix and look for like a local makeup studio or something.
I have a high connection fence. They might be tied into like criminal.
Yeah,
People who do
put it this
so-
way: you're not gonna have any problem going and getting some makeup paid, like getting a disguise paid somewhere at a semi-legit institution. But if you want to look for like somebody with some disguise skill who's working in the shadows,
Yeah. So
because
go
you
through
can
my
go through
fixer?
your fixer.
Yeah, I'll just go through my fixer.
Yeah, sure. Just roll your fixer's connection loyalty.
Okay.
And then we'll do the conversation. I like to roll contacts before and then. Okay, awesome. So you call up your fixer. Do I need to know anything about your fixer? Javier Santiago?
That's not the fixer. That would be a different fixer. David Green would be the one.
Okay, do I need to know anything about him before I roleplay him?
You know, I actually haven't had a roleplay interaction with him ever.
Okay, cool. So
Set the standard, bro.
you call him and he picks up the phone. He's like, "Hi, Susano, what's up? What do you need?" And
Yeah.
you can hear him clicking away at like a physical keyboard.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Is that because I'm typing too loud? Do you need me to stop?
No, I didn't. I maybe that's probably why the thought was in my mind, but I didn't think about it. Cool.
Yeah, David, I got a run in a kind of wealthy area, and, you know, I've been in the news a bit lately. Even though Matthew took care of that, I'd still rather not get my face out there. You know anybody who can help me out?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Call you back in 2 minutes. Click. About a minute and like 45 seconds later, you get a message sent to you with an address and a name. The name is Sarah Parks. She works out of a southern. She works out of a very south part of downtown. It is a hair salon. And she apparently, and all it says is, see Sarah Parks. She does makeup.
All right. I will
You
go
need
and
to
see
keep
Sarah.
typing for ambience.
Brrr.
I will go see her, and I will offer to bring other people with me if other people want to get disguises done.
Oh, and he also
Yes,
gives you a comm code for the business.
Dope.
So that's actually the issue. I would go, but I don't know how much it's going to cost me, and I only have like less than 1,000 new yen left.
You have 6,000 new yen on
I was
a
gonna say you
spreadsheet.
got fronted 6K.
True. Operational costs. We're good. We're fine.
Yep.
Alright.
Cool. So you guys go on your way there.
Yep.
Okay. Do you call first or you show up?
I'll call first. I'll call like on the way.
Okay. Com picks up and says, "Sarah here. What's up?"
Hey, Sarah. It's I'm trying to decide which sin name I want to go by. You know what? No, it's Sano. My fixer just called you.
Oh, 1 second. And you hear like a like a holding pattern on the comm link, and then the call opens back up, and she's like, "Yeah, certainly. I have a slot for you in 15 minutes. How many people?"
I look around the car. It's like 4. Yeah, 4.
4. Any specialties? Any difficulties?
It's one dude's got some kind of weird face tattoo.
Ah, Okay. Metatypes.
Well, I'm an elf.
Human.
I'm an orc.
Human.
Any transitional
Yeah.
needs?
Any what? Sorry,
Any transitional needs?
I have no idea what
Male
you
to
mean by
female,
that.
you mean?
No, do you need to look like a different metatype, or just need to not look like yourself?
Just not myself is fine.
All right, cool. Be here in 25 minutes. Side
okay.
door,
Yep,
back
gotcha.
parking lot.
And I will key that into grid guide because I don't actually drive.
Awesome. So you drive into, you guys drive down to like a section of downtown. It's really far down. It's like the far, far, far south side of Kent. It's almost going into Thomas. There's like a little, there's like an urban sprawl, and there's like a strip mall next. It's like halfway under an overpass of the 167 highway. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's like a hair salon, a nail salon. There's a couple like department stores. There's like a Stuffer Shack, quick to go mart, like in there. And there's like a little like food court, and 2 coffee shops, one on either side. And and the grid guide drives your car into a back parking lot that's underneath the overpass. And you can see there's a whole bunch of series of doors.
Is one of them obviously the door she was talking about, or do I just have no fucking clue?
You have no clue. You could roll some sort of mental check to like add it together from what you saw on the front and try to figure it out. Does anybody here have a logic of 3 and above?
I have
Yeah.
3.
Okay, you know which door it is.
Great.
Yeah.
Because you basically just remember what you saw at the front, and you count the amount of doors on the back, and you're like, oh, it's probably that one.
Yeah.
Not being a dumbass.
Cool.
Not being a complete dumbass. Don't say that until the run's done.
I've
Awesome.
run with you before, I know.
So you guys, did you guys head up to the door?
Yep.
All right. When you get close, anyone with a decent perception will notice there's a camera above the door that is like that's panning over the parking lot. As soon as you guys start to get close, it turns completely up and starts looking at the sky.
All right.
And it's making a like that sound, but it's coming from a small camera, so it's not nearly as loud as I just put across on the mic. And the door swings open, and a pretty attractive 40 to 45-year-old. She's a little bit on the chunky side,
Oh,
but
God.
you can tell that she's like. You can tell that she would be very pretty if she was a little thinner, and this is probably a pretty natural weight for her, regardless. Opens the door and she says, "Come on inside. Come."
Yeah.
I'll budge through first because that's what I would do.
Yeah, I'm following.
You're
Oh
in
god,
you're
are
in like
you
a
just
back-
setting this up? I mean, or is every NPC just exists for Fujin to sometime at some point bang?
Oh, no, I wasn't even thinking about that. So that you guys are in like a back room. It's like 7 or 8 feet across and about 20 feet long. It's all like storage boxes, and like it smells of all types of hair products and makeup products and all kinds of stuff. And at the far end of the room, there is a folding chair, and there's a bank of lights. And she says, "One of you sit."
I'll sit in the folding chair.
And she looks at you guys and goes, 1 second. What was the name of your fixer again?
David Green.
She goes, Mr. Green told you how this works?
Not exactly.
He looks and goes, well, she looks and goes, what? He didn't tell you how this works?
Not at all.
Unprofessionalism. And she says, 1 second, and she opens one of the doors, and you can see light come in, and she goes out into the front, and she says, Gertie, put the brake sign up. Make sure my next is not for a little while. It's getting to be about like 8:30 now. And then she's walking back in, and she opens the door, and she goes, and put the close sign up at 10. Put the close sign up at 10. Yeah. Reschedule for Gertie. Just do what you do. And she closes the door and comes back, and she's like, all right. So I'm an artiste, and you're paying for expediency and professionalism. Sit. This will be my regular fee, plus, my quiet fee. Sit.
I'll sit down, and I will smile up winningly.
Awesome. And she gets to work. Doing all kinds of your makeup. So she's going to roll a disguise test for you. What mental stat is disguise? Intuition?
Yes.
Yes.
Intuition. Okay, so
I'm going to read an expired copy of Beauty magazine.
okay.
It can also be an extended test.
Yeah, then I'm going to do a 10-minute extended test for half an hour on each of you.
Okay. And if you have a kit, I think you can get a +2 to every roll.
Yeah, the plus is in here.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you knew. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. That is totally good enough for me. I will stand up. I'll give her a little hug, and then I'll walk over.
When you give her the hug, she goes straight armed.
Yep.
And she's like, eh. She makes a very unattractive noise, and then she's like, and she motions to the next one and comes and sit, 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 sit.
Okay, Cooley would go over and sit down.
Oh no, I don't think I'd be able to do this. Solomon doesn't like being touched by people.
7, 9. Next person.
Yeah.
And just notate this on your I don't know, just note somewhere. I'm not gonna write these down. What your own disguise quality is.
Okay.
Next one. Cool. So 2 hours goes by, and you all have very, very good disguises. If I remember correctly, disguises wear away at rating per hour, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah. So you all have, disguises that last an hour or that last a day, half a day to a day. And she says to you guys, will you be needing my touch-up fee? Oh, sorry. Will you be needing my touch-up service? I can book you guys in when these are about 75% needing touch-up, and I only charge 75% of my original cost.
What time of night is it right now?
It is 10 o'clock.
I will say yes.
Okay. She then passes you guys arrows to accept payment of 500 nuyen for each disguise.
That is totally worth 500 yen.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's basically the fee of going to one of these places, but she's like, if a normal woman goes to one of these places, she's going to pay 150, 200 nuyen to get, her hair did in one of these places, and she's charging you 2 to 3 times more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's quiet fee plus a little bit more, so...
Yeah. I figure that's a reasonable price. And she schedules you guys in for the next evening to do a touch-up.
Awesome.
And she charges you. She said, and she told you that she'll pay 75% for the touch-up.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys have who had the weakest one? There were the best. I think the best was 12, right?
Yeah, that was the coolest. Was 12.
Okay. Cool.
Six.
I'm gonna
Whoever
say
went
I'm gonna
last
say
was
that
the
I'm gonna
weakest.
say that she applies a sealer. So all of your guys' their strength is their hits, but I'm gonna say that they don't wear out for 24 hours, and so you have them till 20 hours. You have them till late afternoon tomorrow, and she books you guys to come back in at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
Cool. And then she opens the door and very, very curtly shoos you out. She's like, go, 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 go. I must go back to work.
Spasibo.
She looks at you and kind of smiles oddly and closes the door behind you guys. Cool.
My fixer really is the best, you guys.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
all
no.
noticed that.
Well,
no,
7 hits. I figure him he's gonna know somebody.
He's not gotten fewer than 6 hits on any time I've rolled anything with him.
Yeah, Solomon seems very uncomfortable. He doesn't like being touched by people.
So what you're saying is you're a big fan of hugs.
Do you want
Soon
to
he'll
hug?
probably shoot you with a lightning bolt.
I don't know.
I'm to work on that unarmed grappling specialization, man.
Should
Anyway.
read my ARR from my last run.
Okay, cool. So where do you guys go?
Let's just do some physical recon. Let's drive by.
Cool. So you pop in the grid guide. Grid guide tells you can come at it from the north, and you can drive by on the boulevard that it's on. It shows up a little map. It's an estate on a boulevard next to a park. Sorry, I had to say park because I think T-Jax is in my chat. Then there you can also come up the same boulevard from the south, or it's very close to an intersection, so you can drive up to it and then turn either north or south. So where do you guys want to come from? From the north, from the south, or from the west?
Coming from the south would avoid the AA district, right?
Coming from the south, well, this is on a solid section between AA and A, and if you're going to drive by, you don't really have to go far enough in either direction that it really matters.
Okay.
Basically,
I say we go to the A.
okay, so you guys are going to come from the north?
Yeah.
So, awesome. So you guys drive over and you start rolling down. When you get into the area that is pretty close to the border of Asquai, you're just north of you're just south of Tiger Mountain Forest. You pull off some of the main thoroughfares and you start coming down a really nice large boulevard. On the left side, you can see the forest is towering over the manicured lawns of these homes. A lot of these estates are anywhere from an acre to like 5 acres, but most of them are in the 1.5 acre area. And most of the homes you can just barely see from the front of the road. They're kind of like dipping down into a little bit of a hill. On the right side of the road, as you're driving south, the hill goes up, and there's a bunch of nice homes facing down. Kind of to give you an idea of like this area, it's just one step before like gated community, like South Africa style security, but it is a very, very nice area. You do see two different patrol cars go by on your like 10-minute drive down the boulevard that's near it. One's a KE cruiser, and one of them is a local security corp called Paladin.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah. When you guys get close, what do you want to do? You just want to drive by at normal speed, or find an excuse to stop, or?
I'm gonna look around and see if I can find an excuse to stop.
Okay. Roll edge.
Okay.
Quick, someone faked the tire.
That's not what I meant to do, but sure. That's 0 successes.
No worries. At least it's not a glitch because it has to be more than half.
Yeah.
So basically, what did you mean to do?
I was trying to see if I could
Oh,
find like
greater-
something
greater.
interesting to stop and look at.
Cool. Basically, so the exact neighborhood is this. There is a very large 5 acreage property. You see this house kind of towering out of the forest below. Then there is a little 1 acre property that is really thin and narrow, and it's got a small house on the side that's much older than this area, but it's got like a really ornate yard. You then see about a 2.5 acre property that is the address you've been given, and it dropping down into the property. You can only see the top floor. It looks like a 2-story home. It's quite wide. It looks like from the roof that it's narrow in the direction you are. So it's long and it's like a rectangle with the wide side facing the street. And then the house past that is a much, much, much bigger house. It's like maybe... It's almost a 6 acre property, and it's the size of the last 3 houses together. However, it's got a big gate in the front, like a big metal gate and like a stonework wall. And there is a gate, there's a big banner, like a thick ribbon around the front of it that has like a dark red with some black stripes across it. And it looks a little bit it looks like a little bit in disrepair. Like the house has been, the yard's a little unkept, and the windows are dark, and there's no dressings on the window. And the next house is another little house, and then there is a small parking lot as an entrance to the forest parkland behind.
I'm gonna What kind of park is it?
If you guys, I'm gonna pull it up on the stream so they can see it. But if you have the map, this map, And I'm also going to put it in Skype so it's easier for you guys to click it.
Right.
That map. It is Tiger Mountain Forest. If you go to the northeast side of Renton,
I need to find where Renton is.
it is just south of Bellevue.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. It's the giant, massive swath of green. Tiger Mountain State Forest. It's the huge forest.
Okay.
When I say park, these people live on some of the streets that are on the border of the state forest. There's a whole bunch of streets going through, but these people like live on the edge of the border.
Okay.
So yeah, park. It's an entrance to a forest. It's a state park parking lot, but you know this is Seattle, so you know it's a UCAS state park.
Okay. And I want to quickly ascend the building as we drive past.
Cool. Did you roll down your window?
Could I, like, as I'm driving, would there be any way to naturally position the car so that I would be able to look out, like, at the park as I rolled down my window, but actually be looking at the other thing?
Well, the thing is, your mage glass prevents. I presume you have mage glass in your windows,
Oh.
just like all modern cars, right?
It's, just tinted windows is all you really need. It doesn't need to be special, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have to. You can't ascend from inside the car to out of the car. You'd have to leave the car. Although your car's on grid guide, you could just fall out of the car.
No, like, I more mean, like, could I angle my, like, passenger or driver's side window or whatever in a way where I could see the park and the house?
Yeah. If you were to turn around, like if you were to do a UE into the parking lot, there'd be a time where you could see both.
So yeah, I'm gonna like pull a UE into the parking lot, and as I do, like roll down the window and like look like I'm admiring the park.
What do the rest of you do while the car is being UE'd?
Does Fujin say anything about he's going to ascend the building?
Yes.
I'll join him on the ascenting.
I'll use my physical eyes then, because, you know, not all of us can see into astral.
Yeah.
So
that's cool enough. Yeah, I know.
everybody can roll perception as you guys do this UE. This would be a study in detail. However, I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to look like you're four people driving by all staring out of the window. So I'm going to forgo giving you the study in detail as you try to be stealthy. Sound good?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because otherwise it's just going to be this car UEing and four people just head swiveling, which is just a funny image.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's basically Luigi. You're trying not to Luigi the park.
Look, guys, we know if the building's a technomancer.
It's already come up once this run.
Someone's actually on the lookout for technomancers.
The
Okay.
building is a technomancer, so clearly. I can't. There's no other way. That's it.
Those who ascends above 2, and we're still missing one visual, so I'll get to that. Those who ascends above 2, notice there is a very noticeable pang of regret and failure coming off of the home with the big red, banner across its front gate. Like it's a little distracting how much that's like, oh god, this feels like failure. But the park looks, completely normal. It's the nice, beautiful living area that you see when you're looking in Astral, rather than what the city normally looks like. The home, those who ascends above 3, which is both of you actually. So you both see that there is wards. There is multiple layers of wards intersecting and crossing. You also see across the across the driveway to the entrance, there is a mana barrier that is across the driveway.
Okay.
And sensing-wise, the mana barrier is Force 7,
Okay.
and the mana wards range from Force 2 up to Force 5.
Okay.
And there's multiple layered barriers.
So trying to break into this building for the mages is going to be rough.
Maybe even worse because I'm an astral beacon.
Well, trying to break in stealthily is probably the worst part, because you can always just walk through a barrier.
Yeah, those barriers are going to trigger off if we try to walk through them.
Yes,
I-
exactly. Stealthy is the problem.
I mean, I can push through fine, but the wards are going to catch us, regardless.
Yeah.
So I think
One thing, as you're driving away, Solomon, your 6 successes. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you say that. It seems like there's one ward on top of the whole property. It seems like there's another one, on the yard and another one on the home. But it's really difficult to see because you're seeing a ward inside a ward. If you'd done like 2 or 3 successes, I wouldn't even give it to you.
Oh, okay. Ward inside a ward.
Yeah. Multi-layered wards. Okay, cool. Tempest,
Wardception.
do you want to do your perception?
I did. I only got 2 hits. I'm so good at this.
I didn't see it because of the macro.
It's the
I
best
know.
around,
This
man.
is a
Cool.
good job. Fucked up. Done goofed.
Cool. Cully, you noticed
Yep.
that the home with the big, you noticed that the banner across that thing has words along the bottom, that you're able to make out. You make out part of it says order of repossession by, and then there's like a set of numbers, and then a corporation. The other 2 of you notice that the property, the house you're looking down into, you can only see the top story. The windows in the top left this time of night are on, and you see a man sitting at a piano. Inside, like the lights are on, backlit. And so like even against the tinted windows, you can see through. And then you notice that across the driveway, there is this is a Cully who notices this. There is a rip wire. So there is like there's a wire that runs across the gate, and on one side there's a small wheel on the wire, and on the other side there's a small.
Okay. While we're here, can I make a knowledge test, HTR tactics, just to see if there's a good escape route in case things get loud and bad and whatever?
Yeah, sure. You can roll some sort of military knowledge, to kind of think about what there is. You have military tactics, right?
I have military tactics and I have HTR procedures, but I have more military tactics.
Roll military tactics.
Okay. Oh, I should roll one more.
Jesus Christ.
Correct.
5 successes. Okay.
Right.
You notice that the escapes through to the forest are lucrative and many, although maybe assumed and dealt with. You notice that the way the road here bends is that if you don't have to go very far south, you only have to go slightly past the parking lot before there is 2 alleys that break off into 3 other roads. So if you head south from here, it kind of goes into a maze of smaller houses and smaller streets. You also notice that from a military tactical standpoint, there is a abandoned house with good sight lines for the entirety of this property next to, and you're pretty sure this house is repossessed on some sort, next to this nice property. And with your 5 successes on military tactics, you notice that rip line you see is an attachment point for you've seen tell of this where people bond a magical barrier to something that doesn't get in the way of vehicles or traffic that can be mechanically moved back and forth. So you're
Okay.
guessing that rip wire, which does nothing, it's lying in the gravel, is probably a magical gate that's run by a mechanical instrument.
Okay.
Even though you don't know there's a ward there, you're just like, oh fuck, I know what that's used for.
Okay.
Oh damn. He's too good. Can't
I
stop
would-
him.
I would relay that or relate it to the team then.
Which the team would probably be like, oh, that's why there's a mana barrier in front of the driveway.
Are there any Watcher spirits?
You cannot see anything because
I know
there's
I can. I'm
wards.
just asking for the other guys, but you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that was you asking. There could or could not be Watcher spirits. However, with the wards stacked up, It's very difficult to see anything inside.
Let's okay.
They're extremely paranoid.
Let's
Well, your dossier did have the fact that this property has much more magical security than any normal property would, and in lieu of typical security.
I felt regret and what else? Other emotion?
The property house regret and failure was coming off of the abandoned house to the point where it was difficult to pick up on any other feelings of the area.
Okay.
Because there's a big abandoned house in a rich neighborhood.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Those people are probably, feeling pretty shitty about their life.
Curse you?
Awesome. So we're at the 1 hour mark. We are going to take a 5-minute break. We'll come back. Let's say 4-minute break. We'll come back at 10:55 my time. So 5 minutes to the next hour on the general time.
Just say 5 minutes, man.
Yeah,
just,
5 minutes.
I'm
I
gonna
will be
drink
back
then.
in. I will be back in 4 minutes.
I'll
stream,
fucking race you then.
Stream, you get to be serenaded by the Baker Cat Break Cat.
Thanks.
When I get back from the break, I'm gonna play the
Wait, what's the stream?
play to the stream. I'm gonna roll a check that they're going to appreciate.
Nah, I wish my assassin character got the steal. This would have a perfect job for him.
Oh, you run faster character.
No, I haven't made a run faster character yet. I don't have run faster yet.
Oh, okay. It's the character I've been working on would be the opposite of useful for this role. So. Bushido and assassination missions don't play nice together.
But you already made a samurai.
Yeah, they wanted me to change a couple things, and I've just been really busy and I haven't bothered to change it yet.
Yeah, I tried making assassins, but my sheet kept fucking up for some reason. They kept doubling my karma.
Oh, jeez.
No idea why. Try them for it. Like, alright, I'll say that for the back burner for now.
At least it didn't delete all of your spirits.
I only have the one spirit. The 1, 4, 3 spirit.
I have
Well, you're an 8 karma mate. You're an 8 karma elf, right?
Yeah.
If I buy spirit, I only have 3.
I mean, it's still probably worth doing.
Yeah, I gotta do that. I've been meaning to. But the last run didn't go quite so well for Solomon.
Yeah, I actually meant to release the one spirit of error I have and bind 2 more, but I lost 30 cows in the last run.
This is actually gonna be hilarious when we summon spirits, because kind of like anime girls next to Cthulhu monsters.
I mean, one of my anime girls also has tentacles.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I mean, it's a plant spirit. It has to have tentacles.
I'm back. I decided to have a very extremely fast sandwich. Baker
That is a
Cat Break
fast
Cat is
sandwich,
now
dude.
done. Awesome. Fujin, I need to send you a thing on Skype that is entirely unrelated, but I require it and do not metagame.
All right. And then I have a check I want to roll.
That
Okay.
game is so hard.
It's the most obvious thing ever. I'm sending him, I need your spirit Excel sheet because I lost mine.
If you need Watchers and Homunculi, they're not on there yet.
I don't need those.
Okay.
Just send it to me, because the last time I took it, I meant to save my copy, and I don't think I did.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think that's going to come as a surprise to anyone ever.
I mean, you should have it because I have 7 bound spirits anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Okay, what was the skill? What was the check you wanted to do?
I would like to roll Religion Parks to see if there is a Shinto shrine in this park.
Did you get a specialty of parks?
I did not. I am playing purely to the stream.
Okay. Religion parks. Okay, cool.
I have religion, yeah.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. Roll that. Let me just open the map. You know you're
I'm sorry.
you're not
I was
sure if
making
there's
my
a
check.
you're not sure if there's a no worries. I was a minute or two late too. My timing is off. You were
Well,
pretty
my
sure.
time is off.
You're pretty sure up near Esquiet there's a Shinto temple that borders this park. So you're pretty sure there's a seclusion and meditation spot up there, but you don't really know if there's one nearby. You know, Shintos are just at random would build shit in the park, but you don't know.
Okay. How far away? That's a ways away from where I am then.
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
far away. You're down at like the middle of Tiger Mountain Forest. That's all the way up at the very top of Tiger Mountain Forest.
Okay. Okay, I have my excuse if the cops stop us then, because Fujin is bad at directions.
I am, because I have to use this skill every one I do. I'm going to use my psychology skill to figure out why they're so paranoid. Wow, I failed that.
No, you would be able to figure out why Fujin's so paranoid.
No, why the people in the house are paranoid. Try to
Okay.
get
Okay.
I
You
think I
are
just
you
know
are
that.
pretty sure they're paranoid because on some level they must be like professional magical security corp
Hitman.
hitman level magic. No, not that far. You're pretty sure these people are paranoid because they must be some sort of magical security specialists.
Good.
That's taking into account that you had a glitch.
Yeah, I know. I have to use that knowledge.
He didn't-
every run.
It didn't give you complete misdirection, only some of it.
Yeah, that's
He gave me the obvious.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is you actually got 2 hits. You have some information. It just might not be accurate. And now, deal with your character's poor knowledge, because they don't know about dice.
No
I don't
one
know shit about the dice.
Awesome.
Is there like a map of the park up near this parking lot?
Like on the wall or that kind of thing.
Like on the wall of the bathroom near this parking lot, or just like standing up next to a path or something?
You could just reach out in the AR and be like, and like the local like park, like the sign that you see like entering a park that would normally have like in our day and age like pick dog shit up, leash, all that kind of stuff. There is the AR UCAS park directory connection to their park host thing that has public information available.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
just wanted
map.
to make it super obvious for the cops, in case they were watching.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you access
Gotta make it obvious with the cards.
you access directions from there.
Yep. I'll be like, oh fuck, wrong entrance, Shinto Shrine. Okay, and then I'll turn the car around and
Cool.
sacred guide to go there.
What's the response time for an A area? Can't find
Like a minute,
it. Ooh,
Nothing good.
a minute
Yeah.
on the low end.
we
Yeah.
really have to be stealthy.
Yeah.
Or I'm summoning Cthulhu tonight.
Yeah. Well, and the like, well, I'll let you guys do more legwork, but yes, like that is meat response time. Mages are typically in HRT response time, which is the second response.
Okay.
And the majority of their security is magic, from what you can perceive.
Funny about that, the things that can fly around in astral space at 1,000,000 miles an hour tend to get there faster than meat space.
Yeah, I know.
Weird.
There's just so few of them that they don't, put them out doing everything.
Yeah.
There's a disproportionate amount of mages in that are shadow runners than in the regular population.
I feel like that's fluff explainable though.
Yeah, it is fluff explainable because they're more likely to have extreme lives one way or the other.
Well, they're more likely to do whatever they feel necessary to seek and gain power, considering the advantage that magic gives them and the differences that it makes.
Yeah.
Ostracizes them.
I mean, there's that, but also like they're way more likely to live the most boring, dullest of lives as wage slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there's security in that, so...
Cool. So, what do you guys do next? The car is at this moment pulling back past the house in the other direction.
I'm gonna look at like the two houses next door.
And also remember, you do have like basically 2 days of disguise, and you have 7 days to do this job.
Yeah. The two houses next door. You said one has like a foreclosure thing on it.
Yes. A Cully noticed that it was a foreclosure. A Cully noticed that the house was in foreclosure, and the next house to it was really small and old for the area, but had a really ornate yard.
Let's do recon on those two houses we pass by.
Okay.
I'll do astral, and yeah, we'll split like usual.
Okay, so you guys can do basically in the time you're driving by. Here, I'll make you actually make a choice first. You don't really have time after focusing on the main house and the park, so you only have time to look at one of the two houses because you're basically reassessing on a different location. However, there is two of you, so you could each look at one house.
What
Yeah.
house did you pick, Fujin?
I would probably pick the foreclosed house.
And I'll go for the manicured lawn.
And I'll do what I do whenever the mages do their astral work. I'll crack open a beer.
Well,
Do regular perceptions
you could
too.
take some time to because I presume that Fujin turns around, he's like he just like says, I got my info on the house, and then like he hollers at the other guy to look at the other one and then does his thing. So if that inspires the meat eyes to look somewhere else, then I am okay with that.
I guess I'll just look for cameras in the general vicinity of what's going on, because we haven't covered a lot of the street cam stuff, which could be a problem. So.
Okay, cool. You are
Watch me
looking
as
at,
I
you are
roll.
looking at the same thing, so I will give you a -1. However, you are looking more specifically, so I'll give you a +1. roll your
Cool.
perception.
Watch as I get amazingly 2 hits again.
Awesome.
No, I got 4 hits apparently.
Okay,
I'm
so-
alright this time.
Susanoo, looking at the foreclosure house, you basically are just like, it's really hard to get anything because all you're seeing is just this like, oh my god, these people, like just this feeling of patheticness, and like it's wafting over, it's kind of like affecting the whole neighborhood, and it's emanating from this point of like failure and abject, this sucks. Solomon, that's the other astral. You had the 5. You're looking at the little house.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the little house, you notice that there is an astral remnants, something that has been coming out of the ward. There's a section of the ward there that has had constant the ward next to the house that you actually care about. There's a section of the ward there that's being weakened that you pick up on, and there's something. And I'm giving you something that's like really far away and distant, and you're only kind of picking up on it. There's a section of the garden there that has a lot of astral activity over and above the living creatures there. Something has gone back and forth, but from the distance you are, from the check you're doing, you're just kind of like, something comes out of that property and comes into this garden very often. Other than that, the home is just a regular run-of-the-mill in the astral. You notice a whole bunch of feelings of, home and comfort and pleasure and enjoyment and peace.
Okay.
Which
and
is
you
a
said,
good offset, because they need to knock it off of them negative waves from the foreclosure house. It's ruining the whole vibe.
It kind of feels like that little house is like a little bubble of tranquility fighting back against the stem of negativity coming off that one foreclosure house. And then meat eyes. The meat eyes are Tempest and
Akuli. Akuli would check out the small house.
Okay. So Tempest, you notice that the big stonework in the gate has a few false patches where mounted security drones will be attached to the wall. You also, the reason you notice it is because the hatches are like half open, like not open so you can see in, but they're not forcefully closed. They're in like a deactivated state where they've just hung limp. So the panel that normally sits nice and neat is a little bit off its clean set inset into the wall. You notice that there is 3 cameras on the wall. All of them hang limply, pointing down at the top of the wall that they're attached to. All the cameras are disguised as wrought-work metal coming out of the top of the gate. Not the gate, sorry, out of the fence. Akulli, you notice that in the whole place looks. It's a beautiful garden. The only thing that you really notice specifically is design-wise, the whole garden seems to revolve around this like walkway made of stone to a little like water spring with all types of cultivated bushes sitting around it.
Okay.
And that is really near to the property that you care about. Alright, so the car whisks past the area. What do you guys do? After, I assume, you communicate everything that you just saw.
I say that the ward is weak, and at one point, and if something goes into the yard, you said it was from the house?
It seems like something passes back and forth through the ward that is protecting the house you care about, and something on the astral spends a great amount of time in that property.
I tell that to everyone.
Okay.
We're lucky it's the woman we're after.
From the sound of it, it's probably the guy. From the sound of his previous story, because he does research on astral plants and shit, right? So,
Be in my yard.
or a spirit would be the other option, like a plant spirit or something.
Yeah, because this guy was, just to make sure you're understanding correct, this guy was associated previously with Frank's Industries.
Yeah, he's like a parabotanist,
He's not at Frank's, he's just associated with the company. He was associated. So.
Okay.
I'm basically just trying to make sure that assumption doesn't run wild and it's not inaccurate. What you've worded sounded correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody have any way to figure out what these people do outside of staying at home?
No, we don't. We were unfortunate enough to not have a technical man for decking their Facebooks.
Well, there's always contacts. There's always legwork.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Does anybody have a skill that would tell, like,
so any sort of like interest-based skills, particularly in music, because I think we saw somebody playing the piano through
Yeah,
the.
you saw a plan playing a piano backlit against a very bright room that is illuminating him against the tinted window.
Yeah, so maybe if we rolled some kind of like music knowledge check, maybe he goes to like piano play stuff, or he does piano stuff out and around.
Sadly, not on this character.
Cully, oh, never mind. I just thought there was a new dice, but that was something I saw on.
Does he make music for animes?
Does he make music for anime?
Roll anime knowledge.
Oh, this is where Fujin gets sad. I know how this goes.
He just remembers the Kamiko, and he can't handle it.
That's what happened last time.
As you think about anime in your regular obsessive way of doing things, you think of the piano and all the piano scores you know in anime, and all the places you go to online to read about anime and talk about anime and all that kind of stuff. And you do remember one anime chat room that specializes in anime music.
talkingmusic.com.au/org.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
it's going to be in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's where everyone goes.
Sure. I'll pop into that chat room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, while you're driving. Okay, cool. You
No,
like?
I'm not driving. It's good
Yeah.
guy.
You thumb it up from your history. Do you have like computer at all or anything like
Nope.
that?
Do you want me to roll logic?
Roll matrix perception, which is going to be a default on computer.
It defaults on intuition, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, that's slightly better.
yeah. Awesome.
Listen, the best I can do is call up my eco shaman, goddamn, who actually works for like one of the goddamn eco place, basically an eco company. That's the best contact I have to call. I don't have anyone else I can ask about this shit. Unless I
Okay.
want to ask a dank-ass sewer ghoul
Well, there's
about
always
what he knows.
There's always
Yes.
you can always
That's
face for
fascinating.
information too.
Yeah, that's the next thing. But we're
Okay,
at night,
so
so
you troll through this thing and you basically roll me an edge.
oh man.
Awesome. You remember, as you're starting trolling through it, you're like, why did I come here? And you're like, oh yeah, there was this thread talking about, people composing and people that were doing like tributes, and a group of people were getting together on this forum to try to do like a tribute cover of this one particular anime. What was the name of this anime, Susano?
Donkazan, Magical Girls Donkazan. Let's
Yes.
face it.
Okay, cool. It's a small piece. It's not one that a lot of people like or have much interest in, but it's a cult hit, and it's renowned for its musical score, even though its animation style has always been a little bit lacking. It might not be one of your personal favorites. However, there is a link here to a local society it's not a local society. It's a matrix society that deals with musical reenactments of these pieces. Does it kind of like set to interpretive music, and you do recognize one of the usernames is Munchkin Sally.
Okay.
Oh, that's too fucking easy. Quickly, run the username through everything.
Yep. I matrix search on the username.
All right, roll it.
Is that logic or intuition? I can't remember.
Intuition, I believe. I don't know. Just intuition. Do that.
Regardless,
Did you
I
just
can do
get
it if you
two
fucking
successes
want.
on that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he did.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. It's real.
So basically, everyone in the car is looking at Fujin as he like madly like taps away an AR and you're looking at this mage who's driving along. He's just completely ignoring you guys, and he's like fanatically surfing the web. You're looking at a mage doing his best impersonation of a Decker. And you find you
A
find
surprisingly competent mage.
yeah. You find that this guy using this handle, he spends most of his time in two subsets of this chat room. One of them is a gender bender role play section, where they where they role
don't.
play out basically.
Here we go.
They basically role play out cybering, but they do it in semi-visual AR post by post.
Don't.
Wait,
And-
are you saying that Finkel
No.
is
But
Einhorn?
it's
Einhorn is Finkel?
yeah, but it's all about
Einhorn is
Sorry,
Finkel?
I'm laughing
Finkel
at
is
what
Einhorn?
Twitch is saying. It's all gender bending. And you notice that this person has an extreme penchant to pretend. On here, they post as pretending to be a woman.
Okay.
And you notice the other place they chat is about the music, and they seem to get mixed responses. A lot of people rage at them for being trashy, but a bunch of other people love them for being like so unique and individual. So
I swear to God, this is a giant red flag. I'm gonna kill you. Great.
This is a giant red herring.
Yeah.
I do that to people all the time.
I mean, Bob's done it to me recently, so
I will leave it up to you whether or not. But yes, so you know that the username of Munchkin Sally has a penchant for gender bending, pretending to be a female, AR, sex chat cybering, and for music work.
okay.
I can't. I can't.
Do you want to know what I'm gonna do now?
What?
This is not our guy.
I'm going to engage them in
refuse.
their gender bending role play.
Oh
Okay.
God, Fujin, please!
We will return to this after we go with the other people what they're doing on, because this basically takes Fujin where are you guys driving to? Give me that first.
I just said it to drive me to the Shinto shrine in case KE was paying attention to the car.
Okay, so you guys are now shitting. You guys are sitting in the Shinto Shrine parking lot.
God,
You've
how
driven
about
for about
shitting
you've
in a
driven about
Shinto
half an
shrine?
hour.
Disrespectful as
About
fuck.
10 minutes of about 10 minutes have gone by, and Fujin is conked out. He's an AR, so he's not conked out. But Fujin is not paying attention to you in the driver's seat. What do you guys do in those 40 minutes?
Jesus Christ.
Um,
I'm gonna step outside the car and have a smoke because I don't want Fujin to get mad if I've been smoking in his car.
Thank you.
No,
I'm gonna call up my
Car.
eco shaman and ask what she knows about this guy, considering he deals with like parazoology sort of plants anyway.
Okay, roll dice first. Actually, first tell me what you know about the character. Tell me what I need to know about the character.
Essentially, she's a secretary working for one of those sort of eco-friendly sort of organizations, those pro-eco corporations.
Okay, so she's like a low-level secretary for a big eco org.
Yeah, she's like a Magic 2-3 like eco shaman that works as a secretary for them.
Okay.
Those ones that are usually involved in environmental cleanups and that sort of stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Roll her her connection dice, whatever those are. Connection times 2 plus loyalty.
Yeah, connection times 2.
I always do my connection where I roll it first to use as a framework for the conversation.
Damn, son.
Awesome. So ring. What's her name?
Shit, one sec. I knew that I had it. So it's Linda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Linda
good. She picks up, but it's not AR. It's voice only. Goes.
Yeah, that's
Linda
understandable.
here.
Hey Linda, I was just wondering if you could help me with some stuff. I'm looking for a bit of information on someone involved in sort of the magic community, specifically doing with.
What name does she know you by?
She knows me by Tempest.
Okay. Tempest. It's a. Oh, I guess it's not that late on a Saturday. Yeah, what do you want?
I was just wondering if you knew anything about. I actually can't remember the person's name because I've completely forgotten because I've fucking zoned on it because you keep too many other names in the gender bending, man.
Oh, well, you still don't know the man's name. You only know his last name, which is Munchensky. God, I can't even pronounce my own made-up name anymore.
Yeah, just ask if she knows anything about Munchensky. He's apparently a person who works prominently for, or used to work for Frank's Industries or something like that.
Oh, Frank's. Yeah. Well, one second. we got a pretty hefty file on them. They're an interesting one. And you hear her you hear her swiping away on a AR surface. Like you can hear her like swoosh, 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 swoosh.
Yeah.
And she comes back and she's like, yeah, they're we got some local work on them. Most of our information on them says that we're investigating them for possible acts of awakened plant matter and awakened creature abuse. We're not sure if they're one of the good guys yet. It's a little difficult. Those Franks they're pretty new on the scene, and they're a shifty pair of brothers, but they're well liked and well loved. What was this guy's name again?
Just give it the last name. I'm not sure of the first name.
Yeah, cool. He looks up. He's like, yeah, I do have a name here. Some of our recent documentation from that company, they recently had a large batch of retirements and a set of new employees coming in. Our inside guy says it looks like forced retirement. Yeah. One second. Yeah, his name's Charlie. We don't really have much, but it looks like he was involved in some of their earlier work on their new Quantami bar. It looks like he was put into forced retirement in the last batch of retirement about 6 months ago. We don't have any information after then.
Well, I mean, that's all. That's still more than I already knew, so thanks for the info.
Yeah, no problem. What's your connection and loyalty with her?
3-3.
3-3. Okay, cool. So she's like, yeah, no problem. Hey, call me sometime again when it's not for work,
No, I will. I'll make sure to.
Cool. And she hangs up.
It's the first time I've called her after I saved her life. Good job. Good job.
Oh, it's the first time you. Okay. Cool. So, anybody else doing anything while Susano is neck deep in Decker?
Yeah, I have a few things. Can I use my knowledge of psychology to see if they go to therapy of any kind? Shot in the dark?
Is your knowledge of psychology applied psychology, or is it like your understanding of what you learned in school? Is it academic or?
I mean, yes. And the fact that this is a guy who studied psychology and then bought a degree off of some college kid.
Is it academic? Is your knowledge academic or?
Yes, it is academic.
It's academic?
Yep.
Okay, roll, but I'm giving you a pretty high threshold.
Yeah, shot in the dark. Nope.
Yeah, no. Basically, all you can think of is like maybe there's a few places you could check, but that's all. You can think of a few places you could like go research about them, but that's about it.
I'm also gonna try my fixer, see if she knows anything.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Gentle Benny in chat. Oh my god.
Right.
Out of character, this run has some relation to his initiation.
Oh,
Anyways, and he just popped in. He's like, ooh! Sorry, continue.
Yep. Sorry, I was looking up the connection. Ooh, belladonna.
What was that last one?
That's my fixer's connection. See if she knows anything.
Okay. What do I need to know about her?
Solomon calls her belladonna. She
Yep.
is a adept faith. She works in a very crappy nightclub in was it Torstown? Pretty much for the kids in Bellevue. Hey, you want to go night in the Barrens? You want to go have a night in the Barrens kind of thing.
Yep.
She hates it. Forces him to become a shadow runner so she can become fixer.
Awesome. Sounds good. So you call her and she picks up pretty much right away, and she's like, Solomon, what do you need? You're working now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. What can you tell me about a man named Munchensky? Works for Franks. He's a botanist. Got anything for me?
Solomon, like I gave you a really generic call to this job. It's not something I should really be getting my fingers in. I got to leave this one. Give me a second, okay?
Yes.
Let me call you back.
Mm-hmm.
She hangs up. About the time you pull up to the Shinto place, so about half an hour later, you get a call from a comlink from a number you don't recognize.
I answered with hesitation.
She's like, Solomon?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your loyalty on her, by the way?
My loyalty is unfortunately only 2.
It's 2. Okay, so she's made a connection. Yeah. She's like, Solomon, I need you to do this job right. Don't fuck this up. But I can give you some of this information. I've done some looking, and this is. Don't fuck this up, but you don't call me Belladonna for nothing. This guy.
Only Solomon calls her Belladonna. Her real name is Shun Khan.
Yeah, that's fine. She says you don't call me Belladonna for nothing. I know my plants. This guy was well known about 20. That name you asked me about, Charlie Munchensky. He's well known for doing some pioneering work with Frank's Industries. He's rumored that he may have been a founding partner of the science, and he's just been removed from the company. And on top of being removed from the company, Jesus, Solomon, you frickin' putting this stuff. I'm gonna send you some.
You gave me the job. Come on.
Yeah, of course I gave you this job, but when I give you a basic intro like that, you're not supposed to come back to me for more information. But I can't have you screwing this job. Anyways,
Up.
I'm gonna send you a data burst. You better not screw this up. And she logs off. She sends you a data burst, and basically it's a document that she's uncovered from Shiawase, and it's a document that she's gotten from probably like a data haven or something like that, and it talks about how this guy it's an internal memo from Frank's Industry where this guy was consulting on setting up their magical security. It's dated about 15 years ago, and there's a second document attached where this guy, there's an internal memo, and basically you read it over, and it sounds like an argument about whether or not to back back a Jonathan's Franks in the next boardroom meeting or not. And there's another document that talks about and this doesn't have any names on it, but that Charlie really fucked us over, and this one's only dated 2 years ago.
Okay. Really fuck.
It's basically a memo that talks about how he didn't come out and help, and he didn't really do his job, and we got to get rid of him. We got to get him out of the company.
Okay, so he was bought out. He was pretty much kicked out of the company for doing something.
Yeah, and you can judge by the piece of information you got from the other thing and what you just found out that it sounds like about 6 months ago they finally pushed him out after about a year and a half of trying.
Okay. I'll say that's the rest of the team. I'll go over it some more. I'll find out all I can, and waiting for Fujin, I just sit down and just meditate.
Cool. Anybody else have anything to do?
Nah, Cool is just chilling on this one. He's kind of out of his element.
No worries. You can kind of absorb the information and help plan.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Sasanu, what do you do when do you just PM this person, or do you join in a current conversation? Do you do the porno equivalent of walking in with a pizza, or?
I'm specifically looking for
walking in with the gender bender equivalent of a porno pizza.
Yeah, pretty much.
You in order to get into these, in order to post in this chat room, you need to register a username, and you have to choose your biosec gender and your posting gender. Of all the 64 fucking different genders.
All right. I'm gonna pay attention to what the people that they tend to interact with and try to pick one that matches that perfectly.
Okay, they gender bend. They're really boring and simple. They gender bend as a man to a woman, and they typically like communicating with biosex female, outside body male that gender bend the opposite way.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, cool. So you are pretending to be a man who is in his mind a woman who is pretending to be a woman online.
Yes.
The levels of abstraction are becoming dizzying.
You're okay. So what do you do?
I'm I'm
gonna-
not even going to be here
we're gonna
anymore.
abstract-
I'm going to become vacant of mind, and I'm just going to just
We're
go.
going to abstract some of this going forward because I have no interest in cybering with Susanoo on Skype, especially not in front of a VOD.
Oh yeah, baby.
No one will ever
Tell
I don't
me
know.
about your sweet cyber baps.
I'm sure your wife would be into that.
Ola,
Look at you.
Ola, there's a man that needs to cyber pretending he's a woman with a man who pretends he's a woman. Do you wish to have phone sex online? Did you hear that? No! I
Look,
can't blame
honey,
you.
I'm having cyber sex again. God,
Awesome.
his wife must be so fucking disappointed.
Susanoo. So
I'm not
what
even
is
sure
your
if I'm
what is-
talking about Striking's wife anymore,
what
or
is
the guy's
your what is your
in-character
approach?
wife.
Yeah, I know, the
I-
in-character wife.
I'm gonna look for. I am specifically going to look for something that they maybe tried to start once before and kind of failed at for whatever reason, and then like they're trying to start that kind of thing up again.
Okay, cool. You notice that they 3 times in the last week they've approached this user, who is posting as the right combination to set up a chat, and they've always been ignored. But on the second to last time they did it, there is like the equivalent. There's the equivalent of ignoring and not answering someone, but there's basically like a dislike button that is like a public ignore that you kind of post openly on here. And the second to last time, they gave the public dislike, like "No, I won't cyber with you" button.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at what that person is posting about, and I'm gonna post about the same things.
That person is posting on the gender bender and also the advice column of here.
Oh
Which
God!
is, and the advice column, they're constantly talking about like how to deal with their marriage, and they're always role playing out how they wish their marriage was.
Okay, that's what I'm
I
gonna do.
don't.
All right, so you approach. So you basically are you pretending to be this person, or are you just trying to fit the same story, or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to fit the same story.
Okay, roll con.
All right. I'm really good at this, you guys.
Skadoosh!
Within about like 30 seconds, you get a reply to a chat room. Like they're public chats for everyone to read, but like you PM this person and they send you like a public reply. It seems very eager and excited.
I am engaging.
Looks like things are starting to heat up. Better slip into some hot
It's-
sim.
Yeah, this
Cool.
is the
When you go into the chat room, they've already written like a paragraph in the last like 20 seconds. And it's basically starts telling up a story of a fantasy of this person like marching out of their home and marching up to this person like their long lost love, and then it opens up into like getting dirty. And so
Go
do
on.
you just continue to have this dirty conversation with them?
1 second.
Or do you
Excuse me,
go
I
for a
think I
task?
have an appropriate
Yes, I do.
reaction for this.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That was a composure test?
Okay. You hold it together. It hasn't gotten graphic, but you can tell that they're leaving it at that pinnacle moment where it's about to get graphic.
Did you see? You saw the picture, didn't you? He's.
Thanks, Hobo!
Oh no, I want to see this.
Holy shit!
Yelching Rasho, man, it's no good, buddy.
I'm sorry, but that's getting linked in chat.
I'm putting it on the stream.
This is what Hobo sent us.
I tried so hard to find something like that.
Awesome.
You
Okay, so continue.
That's what I said. I have just the reaction for this.
I can just imagine that's Susano at the moment.
No, I made the composure test.
You did.
No, his
Awesome.
one would be the I am aroused but not amused.
So, do you do anything other than regular run-of-the-mill responding and continuing the conversation?
No, I am fully engaged.
Okay, so you spend the next half an hour delving into a detailed sexual romp that gets into extreme details about, transforming magical appendages,
Oh yeah.
all kinds of stuff. You basically get to the point
Oh
where
my god!
you get to
Quickly,
the-
he needs to get synergy bonuses from his anime knowledge. This is right up his
I
alley.
totally do.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, no, give me roll me your anime knowledge as a bonus to your check. I never thought that would come in. Oh god.
This is just like one of my Japanese animes.
Okay.
It's totally into hentai apparently.
I'm basically letting you teamwork test yourself. So, cool.
Yeah.
So you get to the
Same
point where
anime, Magical Girl.
you get to the point where the whole conversation, it basically wraps up in what would be the equivalent of a sticky mess. And they said that after it ends, there's like 30 seconds of silence of where no one posts anything, and this has been like a spastastic sprint of like 30 minutes of hardcore cybering.
At some point, I'm gonna set the car to like start driving people home because it's getting late.
Yeah.
But I'm still
I'm
continuing.
just.
You're working up a little bit of a sweat at the very end of this.
Oh, God, please.
At the very end of this conversation, after about 30 seconds, it just messages back, being like, "Can we do this again?"
Winky face.
Again, one sec.
I have to.
Yes,
I have
Winky
to-
face and Twinkie face, man.
because it should have been that many the first time. But again, I will continue to average 50% successes
They
on
say-
facing rolls.
They send you back the 2075 equivalent emoji anime version .jpeg image response that would basically be the most ecstatic of sexual yeses and
Great.
excitement.
Perfect.
Oh god, chat just asked you the real question: did Fujin finish?
Oh god, no.
Yeah.
No, he's in a car with three other burly men.
And I just got
Oh,
7 hits on
I
a
was-
fucking composure
he's-
test.
he's
I'm
not-
Yeah, I was
doing
gonna
he's
say,
not Playboy.
composure test to not feel dirty as fuck.
That's what that was.
Okay,
That last
Yeah.
one.
even with 7 successes, you still feel dirty as fuck.
Oh.
You just have complete and outer control.
Yep.
But I have
Nope.
to ask something, just in general. For what purpose did we do this? What new information have we gleaned from this cybering?
Well, you
I
know.
don't know, but eventually we will find out, and it will be glorious.
You're just gonna end up with an online guy friend. That's what this is gonna happen to. Also, can I call Data Hound?
You cannot call Data Hound.
Fuck off, man. He's my pocketbook hacker.
And a Cully comes up with a little piece of genius.
Oh god damn it!
But what
Cully,
Jesus.
You can describe that in actual words now.
Sorry, I got distracted by the cyber. What are we talking about now?
Oh, you just typed in that they are vulnerable now.
Okay, yes. Yeah, they are vulnerable now. I was actually saying that out of character, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I figured that.
but that's fine. Yeah, they are definitely vulnerable now. I mean, potentially, my friend,
good call.
potentially as disgusting as this is, and let me tell you, I am truly and deeply disturbed by this exchange that you have told us about, but we could potentially lure husband out of home, and then we can kill wife in relative privacy, you know?
Yeah, that's
If
kind of
it's
what I thought
actually the
the was,
husband.
right?
The issue is I don't really think he's the kind of guy. I think he's the kind of guy who does this online if it is him, but is
But
not
if-
the person who would go out and meet people in real life.
But if,
Yes,
if
but that's
our
where I
man
fix
here
the shit
is-
out of
is-
him online.
Exactly. If he has gotten them that excited, the flesh is weak, you know, you can get people to do all kinds of crazy things.
The flesh is weak. Oh my god, that's priceless.
Yeah, no, I am going to.
Favorite line of the night.
Yep,
Awesome.
this
That
run.
forum.
I don't know how, but somehow I'm sure that Bob helped you design this run. Because what the fuck?
Nope, this is just all me. And
Look at the new image.
awesome.
Oh no.
Is it safe to post in
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
20?
Yes, yeah, it's safe.
Post it in Roll20, and then I can, because I have hover zoom, so when people post stuff in Roll20, I can hover zoom for Skype for the Twitch to see. I am aroused, but not amused. That is fantastic. All right, so
Call my therapist. Tell him I'm a rich man.
awesome. So everybody gets home, and everyone, turns in for the night around 11 or 12. Does anybody do anything before they turn in for the night?
I drink heavily to forget the things I've seen and heard.
I
Okay.
just grab something to eat, pretty basic stuff.
Okay. Fujin, fast forward to the morning. When you wake up, if you notice that you have a ping, I just noticed that last picture has a penis.
Yes, that's the point. That's why I said it was appropriate to that forum.
Okay, awesome. Sorry. Nothing like surprise penis to freak you out. Okay, so as I was
Exactly.
saying, you wake up in the
The
morning
night.
and you have a notification that chat room has waiting messages.
All right. I am
my
going
God.
to check my messages on this chat room.
Don't.
You have 137 requests from them over the last 7 hours to make a new chat.
Are any of them from the person I actually care about?
They're all from him.
I will continue this. This will happen until I see an opening.
Oh, there's most certainly an opening.
Awesome.
I think
So,
that's the thing he wants you to feel. Funny enough.
Basically, are you just gonna try to keep them going for a while?
I'm gonna try to keep them going, but they're also posting about this like fantasy of going and like picking up their lost love or something.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start
They're going out on a fantasy about meeting this other person who's in a marriage they don't love, they can't handle, and running away together.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like encouraging them on that front.
Okay,
On
roll
the
me.
side.
How long do you want to do this? What I'm looking for here is to give you like an extended test over a long period of time while you handle this while trying to do other things.
Yeah, sure. I will continue to do it, like basically until someone tells me to stop or it works.
Okay, we're gonna roll an extended test every 2 hours, and you're basically really focused on keeping this person on the limb. You're gonna take a -1 to all other actions from being distracted from having to focus on this facing thing you're doing online.
Yep, totally.
I think
Okay.
Fujin's going to need to see a psychiatrist after this and pay him absorbent amounts
That's
of
what I
money.
was just about to say. If
I mean,
Fujin
Fuji needs a psychiatrist for other
He's-
reasons.
Okay,
He's
so
also going to need to have a fucking chemical bath.
roll an extended test. Give me your first 2-hour increment for seduction.
The most seduction.
And
Fujin should be specialized in this if he's not. No.
Okay.
I'm not.
More
I'm gonna
accurate.
edge it.
Actually, more accurately, what I'm asking, rather than extended, is I'm going to make you do the same check every 2 hours at -1 dice
Yeah, totally. I'm just gonna edge the
because
first
the successes aren't cumulative.
one. All right. So 11 successes on the first one.
Oh, that's your social limit too. Okay.
Yep.
So 2 hours goes by. What do you do? What does everyone do in the morning? Like, let's say it's 10 a.m.
I
One
recover
goes
from
eggs.
drinking heavily, and then I begin to do so again. It is not enough to wipe away the memories I have seen.
I'm an insomniac, so I probably didn't sleep last night. I was probably just reading
Probably
something.
Cool.
I can think
Actually,
of
what
no legwork
level of
I can do.
insomnia are you?
Just the basic.
Okay, so you roll that check at not a very difficult check, right?
Okay.
Because you have to roll to make sure you don't end up in exhaustion. Although it's very difficult with you because you always get half a night's sleep.
Insomnia. Sorry, try to find the basic insomnia roll.
Yeah, because as far as I remember, the basic insomnia means you always get half a night's sleep, and if you succeed, you get a full night's sleep. Twitch just said Fujin the Dicker.
Yeah.
Actually, in this
Both.
case, he's actually playing somebody that is a dicker.
And a decker.
Awesome. Yeah, that beats your. It's a threshold of 2, right?
Oh, it's intuition plus willpower.
Did you roll the wrong dice?
Yeah, I rolled wrong. I thought I read. It has the 2 for one for recovering stun, one for the actual roll, and they're right next to each other.
Cool. Just reroll.
Yep, I passed. It's 4.
Okay, so you get a full night's sleep. Although you always have a hard time falling asleep, you're fully rested. All right. So, who contacts who in the morning? I'm assuming everyone about the progress.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are getting like hourly updates.
And that's
Listen,
what
I think I really got this
please.
guy on the ropes. I'm
Yeah,
into
no,
some
no,
really
they're not
hardcore.
explicit. They're the like super clinical updates. Like,
I've really
Yeah,
got
this
to
is
bend
going
over
well.
at this point.
Yeah, like at 3 in the morning when I get my hourly update, I send you my therapy card.
Awesome.
I am
Reasonable
actually
rate.
going to take that because that is a totally legit thing right now.
Yep.
I just. I can't call Datahound. I have no meaningful input until this is done.
Whatever, Fujin is the best decker now, anyways.
He's the best dicker, that's for sure.
Okay. Cool. So, what's the plan for today? You have a meeting at two
something,
o'clock. So you
Oh,
have
for the-
6 hours before you have an option to redo your makeup.
If no one says anything, I'm just gonna just ready myself to be touched by someone.
Okay.
This
I'm
is why
kind of-
Solomon doesn't like being touched by people. This is the exact reason.
No, the last run I got tackled by a juggalo and almost crushed to death.
Ah, so a Halloweener attacked you.
Wait,
No,
juggalos still
um,
exist?
No,
They're
so
Halloweeners.
They're never going to die, man.
no, they weren't Halloween. There's some like gang in Polyp. I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about.
So Halloweener wannabes, essentially.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Fujin contacts you guys, gives you the what's up on this situation. Akali said yesterday that you guys have the idea of abusing this. What are the other three of you guys want to do? How do you want to start planning this?
I guess I would be researching the husband, the company, and all that. I think that's what I'd be doing if we're not going to do anything quite yet.
Cyber dickings.
I was going to say, Akuli's not like some Matrix master, but he'd probably try to find a weird anime theme place they could meet up
Okay,
with
I'll
his
let
pretty basic knowledge.
the three of you, if you all want to search, I'll let you guys teamwork test together. Even though you don't. Does any of you have computer of one?
I have
No.
computer one.
Okay, everybody else teamwork him with your default.
Okay. Thank God I have high logic.
What are you trying to find?
Just like a anime-based club or venue of some sort where they could
Didn't
potentially,
glitch though.
where we could send the husband, hopefully send somebody, either the husband or the wife,
thanks.
get them separate, and this is a windfall, you know.
Thank you.
Awesome. So who else is rolling?
I'm gonna roll in a second. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I
adding.
rolled to support
Yeah.
him. I got one hit.
Actually, I'm not even making you guys teamwork. I'm making you all roll together. I'm just going to add them up
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one hit.
as you all kind of work together.
Fujin's doing the hottest of dickings.
Fujin, roll me 2 more checks to keep it up until, because I'm assuming they're going to spend most of the day trying to plan this out.
Sure.
Yeah, man, you've got to keep it up. After all, stamina
Just
is
roll
what
me
you
one more
want.
check. They'll spend 2 hours doing this in the morning.
Yeah, well, Fujin definitely needs to keep it up. That's an important part of the process.
Okay, Tempest. Oh, I keep missing your macros. Okay, 3 hits. You guys find. 1 second. Let me check the map. In Coalfield. Just the very, very, very south end of Coalfield, close to Maine, Renton. There is a lounge and bar that is anime themed.
Okay.
I was about
Who
to
has
say,
the highest edge? Who has the highest edge?
I
me.
believe that would be me. My edge. Where's my edge? I have an edge of 3.
Okay, roll that.
But yes, ooh, almost typed that in the chat.
I was actually going to say, I had an idea, but it's probably a bad
One
one.
success.
So.
Okay, cool. This place, you notice that this what do you call it? On their website, not their website, on their their Matrix spot, under their discounts and coupon section, pretty far in their website, they have a deal where if you pay their cover charge and you buy their date night, you get a discount at the inn up the street.
Oh God, please! If you buy the date night, you're also going to get a night in the free a discount in the Love Hotel, traditional Japanese style Love Hotel.
Yeah, it's basically like they're insinuating that it might be used as some sort of thing, but
Yeah, so I said that I
Yeah.
want to go camping? Question mark.
so and this is just on like the
Well, he's certainly
it's basically
pitching a
this
tent.
is basically on the opposite side of Renton. This is the opposite of side of Renton.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I just found it.
Yeah, I see it. I see
I'm
it.
so sorry.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's Crayon's
What?
fault, but I'm so sorry.
Don't be
Everybody
sorry.
blame Crayon.
This is why we didn't pay 24k, not for the assassination and the